picked up this lightweight denim fabric. I wouldn't say that this pattern is hard, but I got up this morning and went to Michael's. I wanted to see if my Michael's had fabric, and they actually had one row of fabric in there. So I was like, oh, that's cool, that's good to know. I didn't see anything, but it was fun browsing or looking around. And then I decided to go to Hobby Lobby, which is where I am right now. I'm sitting in the parking lot. When I got in Hobby Lobby, they still had some McCall's patterns. So I was like, what? Let me look. Because I wasn't planning to go to the 99-cent sale. But since I was in there anyway, and they had patterns on sale, I was like, oh, let me take a look. So I actually looked through each and every drawer. I got down on the floor and stooped down and pulled out all the drawers and was looking through them, and they were full. Some of them were really full. So I ended up picking up just one pattern, which is a costume pattern, and it is McCall's 7269. I picked this pattern up because it's a unitard, and so it reminds me of just like a bodysuit with legs, and I love bodysuits so much. So I was like, I'll pick up this pattern for 99 cents. Why not? And if I make it, I can maybe sleep in it, or I don't know, maybe wear it around the house or something. Or it could be a great layering piece. Like I could put it on under, I don't know how that would be if you want to go to the bathroom. That might be a lot. But anyway, I was thinking you can put it on under your clothes, maybe under a dress or some pants or something in the winter. I don't know. Maybe wearing it around the house would be the best bet. Because otherwise you have to take everything off to go use the restroom. But yeah, that's all I picked up. And I didn't show you the fabric. I picked up this lightweight denim fabric because I want to make a pullover top. I've been thinking about this pullover top ever since I saw my mom in one. She purchased hers from Amazon. So I picked up a pattern recently that I'm going to use for this fabric. So that's going to be my next project. I already cut out all the pieces for Simplicity 9759. I'm going to be making view A. There were 10 pieces, and this pattern is rated as easy. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. So I was like, well, I guess I can get up and start sewing. I'm about to thread my machine and put my bobbin in the machine. I did plug up my baby lock because there are 2 buttonholes that go in the front of this garment for the drawstring, and I can't do buttonholes on my Juki. So I will have to use my baby lock machine at some point, which is this bobbin. I'm looking around like, what is this bobbin for? That's what this is for, because this was in the machine when I plugged it up, so I took that out. This is the front pocket piece. You are supposed to press under 5/8 of an inch on the angled edges, so I'm going to start with that. I love using this. This is 5/8 of an inch wide from this side to this side. So what I'll do is just place it along the edge that I want to press in, and I'm going to mark it on the right side of the fabric. So I'll have my 5/8 of an inch guideline. So let's see, I'll do it like this. Oops, hold that there. I'm a little off. Okay, and then I'll press it under. That way I'll see the line, and then I'll take it to the ironing board and press it under. I press the edges down along the mark that I made on both sides of the pocket here, and then I also folded it under to create the narrow hem. And now I can go ahead and stitch it down on both sides. The pattern said to stitch 5/8 of an inch around the raw edges, but I just did the same thing and just drew a line around the edges. And I'm just going to fold on that line again and press up. Save a little thread, I imagine. This is the front facing, and it has marks on the front that match up to the marks, same marks on the front of the actual top. And you're supposed to put right sides together, but with this interfacing here, it was going to be hard to see the marks. So what I did was I used some wash away thread in the top of the machine. I didn't put it in the bobbin, and then I just sewed basting stitches over the lines that were marked on the pattern for this piece, which is piece number 4. That way I can see the lines on the back of the actual pattern piece, and then I can place those lines, match them up to the lines on the front of the garment. And then when I get ready to stitch everything, I'll be able to see exactly where to stitch because I have the wash away thread in here. And then when I put it in the washing machine, this will literally wash away. So I'm just using the basting stitches that I put in with the wash away thread as my guide. And then I'm stitching right on top of those lines. So I'll do this side, and then I'll do the other line over here on this side. I sort of messed up. I just realized that this piece here, this basting, was supposed to be stitched to the wrong side. I stitched it to the right side, and I realized it after the fact. So I went ahead and circled wrong, so if I ever make this again, I'll know. But I think it'll still be okay. Instead of the facing being on the outside like it is here, I'm just going to put my facing on the inside and make it work. I can't really do anything else because I already slashed through the middle. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to make it work. My front is just going to have this opening here, and then the inside that was supposed to be on the outside is going to look like this. So I basted this to the top, and now I'm just going to stitch around these raw edges so that this won't be, well, not raw edges, these finished edges, so this won't be flapping around. There are front ties. I decided to use this twill tape for my ties, so I just cut out 2 pieces in the size of pattern piece number 3, and I also plan to use the same twill tape for the drawstring that will go around the bottom. Right now I'm pinning the back to the front in the shoulder area. I have the strap or the tie just kind of pinned to the front. I did shorten the hem by, I think it was 2.5 inches. And I also shortened the sleeve. The sleeve does have a cuff or a band, not really a cuff. It's a piece that's in the pattern for a band to go around the sleeves. I'm still thinking the sleeves might be too long. I'll probably just try on the garment after I get the sleeve in and then determine whether I want to put the actual band on the bottom. My fabric does have a little bit of stretch to it. I'm working on the hood. The hood is lined. This is the lined piece, or the lining that goes inside, and this is the actual hood. So you're going to just put right sides together, line up the center seams. There is a notch on the side here so that you'll know you're placing everything correctly. Notch there, and then also a notch on the other side. And then you will just stitch around to close the front opening of the hood. I'm using denim for the lining and also for the hood, so just so I won't get confused, I like to put little marks on my lining piece, and then I put abbreviation for lining here. Now I pulled the lining out from inside of the hood so that these two pieces are opened and flat. Now what I'm doing is pinning the actual hood portion, not the lining portion. The hood portion is going to be attached to the front of the garment around the back. There are notches in the back, so you'll pin the notches and make sure everything lines up, and then I'll just continue pinning all the way around until I get to the other front. Now it's time to close the hood up, close the lining. So I have the garment turned inside out, and I'm going to stuff the bottom into the hood. And then I want to make sure the lining portion, which is marked right here, is going to be on the outside, kind of facing me. So this is the lining right here, and then this is the actual hood right here. And you want to take this piece here, which is the front, and you want to take this seam and fold it over the front. I need to grab my pins, and then pin it. Let me grab my pins, okay, and then pin that down. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Go over here, find the front, pin the lining to it. So fold it over so that this seam is going over the front, and then pin it down, and then you will match up the rest of the lining to the rest of the hood until you get over to the pin that you just placed. And then go around and stitch after you pin everything down. And then that will make you have a nice clean finish on the inside of your hood. Another thing to note is, just to make sure you're on the right track, these two seams, the seam of the hood and the seam of the lining, should match, and then you'll know that you're doing it right. Now that the hood and the lining are stitched together, there is an opening that is left in the back of the lining, so I'm just going to pull the whole garment out through this opening. And then we can see how the hood looks. Okay, now we have an opening here that needs to be closed, but the hood itself is actually finished on the inside, so you have a clean finish. Hopefully you can see that clean finished hood, and here's the out. outer portion. The sleeves are still a little bit too long, so I did cut out the sleeve band, but I'm not going to even bother putting the sleeve band on. I'm just going to tuck this under and hem it and then just leave it like that. I'm pretty much done with the pullover hoodie garment. I don't know what to call it. It's not really a sweatshirt, but I'm at the point now where I'm going to put the twill tape in the bottom. I put 2 buttonholes in the hem area, and now I need to just measure out the drawstring length so that I can thread this through the bottom, and then I'll be done. I wonder if I should, this seems a little short. Is this supposed to be doubled? Oh yeah, it is. It's doubled, I think. Is it? You cut 2 and then you stitch them together. Okay, so I need to double this. So let's see, I'll double this. And then that should give me more length. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, that should be good. I'm gonna use my bodkin, which I have to go through my little turnabout and find it. And then once I thread this through the bottom, I'll be done and I can put it on and show you what it looks like. I wouldn't say that this pattern is hard, but I don't know if I would call it easy either. I did make the size small in this garment. This is how it looks without the ties being drawn up here at the bottom. So I'll go ahead and draw the ties up so you can see how that looks. This is a skirt that I made, I don't know when, maybe a year or so ago. I'll put a picture of that up on the screen so you can see it if you're interested. One thing I did notice, or I do notice, is that these strings seem a little long in my opinion. So I'm thinking about shortening them and just maybe cutting off just a little bit. And the other thing I didn't even realize until I put it on is that these strings don't go through the hood. So they're actually really not functioning at all. They're just on here like an embellishment, because you attach it to the neck and then you baste it on. So you could really leave the strings off if you want. But yeah, oh, here's the back. And I'll show you with the hood. The hood is a nice size. So this is how it looks with the hood. So yeah, I like it. I think I'm just gonna cut the strings a little bit and then that'll be it. After I made the denim pullover top, my husband and I went out to dinner. We went to this place called Georgia's, and it's a soul food restaurant, and he got red beans and rice and greens and chicken. Today I'm wearing this dress that I made over the summer, and I'm making it fall winter ready by putting on tights underneath, and I love that it has pockets. And then because it's a little chilly outside, I'm gonna wear this coat pattern, or this coat, and I'll put the pattern on the screen. I made this coat a long time ago, but it is one of my go-to pieces that I like to wear when it gets chilly outside. And from what I recall, it was really easy to make. And I love that it has a belt so you can tie it up and wrap it around. But yeah, this is gonna be my outfit of the day. I look forward to wearing this coat every year. So this is my first time pulling it out and wearing it for 2025.